back with my final talk on what everybody's saying, pole of poles, the best pole, the fastest pole. And look at it this way. Right? This is Bob's pole. But my question to you is, are exit polls, what's the worth of these exit polls? They've been wrong more often than they've been right. Look at what happened in Bangalore, in Karnataka, in Himachal Pradesh, or maybe Gujarat is an odd off that they got right. But hey, look at that, right? And the agencies that really hit the spot in 2019, that particular agency has been totally wrong all the time, right? So what good are these exit polls? And they're kind of so confusing all over the place. It's like Rajdeep Sardesai and that Rahul Kanwar fellow are throwing darts. There's a video out there and he's saying we can't show these, man. This is not reality. And I can't imagine that's exactly what exit polls are. But I'll tell you what I think it's got to do with. It's got to do with 2 or 3 things. One, I think it is essentially, it's Satta Bazaar. I think that basically what may have happened is because of the ground reports of heavily probably favoring the Congress, all the money is there and had to be paid out. So to even the odds, they've suddenly thrown in Madhya Pradesh and the way they have, because suddenly all of them, what would I do? I would suddenly want to quit. I would like to cover my bets, or people will not jump in, cover the bets, and so the bookies will come out without much loss of face, much loss of money, right? Second is the stock market. I think stock market gets played with this too, because they obviously want the BJP to win, because they feel that probably if the Congress comes and, then good times for the stock market are over, and they may be right on that, right? And third is possible manipulation. Possible manipulation, as you're seeing in Madhya Pradesh, the ballots, the postal ballots of the government employees have vanished, because the government employees have en masse voted for the Congress for change, right? They want OPS, they want change, right? And also what happens is during the counting, the polls, the postal ballots are counted first. Just imagine what will happen if 90% of the postal ballots are going with the Congress. Disaster, right? But let's call the easy ones out. Let's start with Telangana. If Congress comes to power in Telangana, middleman era will begin, says KCR. But here's the thing, Yogendra Yadav, everybody's saying that if somebody had asked us 3 months ago, 4 months ago, we would have not said Congress even stood a chance to come second, probably a poor third in Telangana. But hey, for all those guys, and I have a couple of names that I have, but I won't name them, who doubt the capability of Rahul Gandhi and the Gandhi family. If Telangana goes the way, it's a Gandhi's Andi. And there are these 2 people who have come out. If you've seen their following in Telangana, it's just unbelievable, just like Karnataka. If anything had turned the tide in Telangana, it is Rahul Gandhi's Yatra, his Pad Yatra. I had one guy telling me, Pad Yatra, we can walk 24 kilometers every day. I'll challenge him to walk 24 kilometers every day, 20 kilometers every day. Day on day, no matter what the weather, cold, hot, rain, and do it day on day. Impossible. That gentleman can't do it. And I know if he sees this, he'll know who I'm speaking about. There's another, Rahul, no. Well, then he hasn't really heard Rahul. He still is believing in those Bapu things. So he's basically a WhatsApp university guy. It was kind of surprising. He's an intelligent fellow, but he's 100%. Anybody who doesn't acknowledge Rahul at this stage, I think, is doing a disservice to himself, his intelligence, and the country's intelligence. That is probably turning this tide around. Right? But anyway, calling Telangana, let me say this, I think it's earth-shattering wind change. A lot of people, most of the pollsters are calling it above 70 out of 119 for Telangana. I'm thinking 75. Let's wait and see. Then let's come to Mizoram, okay? I got these 2 things. Manipur tribals hold rallies across states for separate administration. And then you have Home Minister who comes up, Center signs peace pact with Manipur's oldest armed outfit. The oldest armed outfit for all you people is a Hindu Methi armed outfit. It is not cookie, it's not Christian, it is not Muslim, it is a Hindu outfit, the Metis. Signing this accord only tells me one thing, to should tell you one thing also, that the process of ethnic cleansing now is almost over. Cookies have been pushed out of the valley, but it'll be hell to pay come the future. Okay. And then let's go ahead and talk about Chhattisgarh. Chhattisgarh, a lot of talk. I mean, Baghel has a clear edge. You could see it right through the polls, build up to the polls, all the campaign, everything, right? But always chatter starts coming in. That Bastar, maybe, which Congress had swept the last time, has probably had some dents in it, because essentially Bastar relies a lot on central schemes. So hence, hey, maybe they thought that. But I think by the time the polls came, that changed. And I am willing to bet, while most of the polls are sitting around 55, I am still saying that 61 to 62, not the 68 figure they had previously, but they will cross 60 this time for sure. Then let's come to Rajasthan. Rajasthan is, everybody's talking up in the air, tough fight, Kante ki takkar. Well, firstly, if it's Kante ki takkar, you got to say something that you have Gehlot giving. The only person campaigning there was Modi. If Gehlot can give Modi Kante ki takkar, right, I think the BJP and all the followers of the BJP better be for it. Kante ki takkar, Gehlot and Modi. Wow. But here's the thing again. Here again, I think what people have missed is three things require a change. If there's anti-incumbency against Gehlot, almost everybody that we saw or heard absolutely said that they had nothing against Gehlot. Gehlot had delivered, including the BJP guys. Secondly, you have the schemes. Did they deliver? Did they not deliver? One of the things that has delivered in Trump's is the Chiranjeevi. 25 lakhs. People like us struggle to get 25 lakh coverage insurances, folks. And this is a state that has given it to almost all the people there, right? And people actually, and now when you do these exit polls, right, you basically, all these guys have this way of going I'd say all the people hanging around by the road. That means urban centers. But Rajasthan lives in the villages. And they, I think, by and large, have voted to retain the Congress because of all their schemes, whether it's the 500 rupee cylinder now promised at 400 rupees, whether it's the Chiranjeevi. And this is delivered. And the last thing that generally kind of breaks things up is if there's an internal feud, which the BJP tries to use all the time. Not work, because Sachin Pilot seems to be on board this time around, right? So I am calling it, no matter everybody is showing, still it's amazing that most of, including the Godi media, still showing an edge to the Congress. But because of that, I'm thinking that I think 107 to 115 is where Rajasthan will end. The most funny part is Rajasthan. It's going between, or the 6 or 7 that I've heard, except for Lokpal and DB, which are the ones that I believe in, are saying, 4 are showing that Congress will come up with a bare majority between 116, 125, 130. 2 are showing, one, especially this one there, they caught this video of Rajdeep Sardesai and Rahul Kanwar talking about how they were going to manipulate the poll, showing that as 140, 142, 143, right? And they were saying, if it's show this, the BJP will be angry, the Congress will be. So who are they playing for? Maybe the Satta Bazaar, who knows, right? But here's the deal. Even in Madhya Pradesh, no matter what, as Yogendra Yadav says, I thought they'd get a clear up that it would be a bumper. They would have closed this in the 40th over, but unfortunately it went to the 47th, 48th over for various reasons, including what happened between Samajwadi Party and Kamal Nath. But at the end of the day, I am still sticking my neck out because I see DB Live, I see Lokpal polls, they're both sticking at around 116 to 130. I'm saying that, yeah, it'll end up higher than 130 for sure. Because I don't think the people are now going to allow any government there to do horse trading anymore, right? So, what do we see? If this 5 happens, what happens? Congress has got the wind behind its sails. You have Rawat coming out. And all those people who think Rahul is going to be the Prime Minister, let me just put it this way. The book launch of Kharge, which is ahead of 24, key opposition leaders pitch for larger role for Kharge, and endorsed by Sonia Gandhi that the 24 elections will be fought under Kharge. Which means that if Congress is the single largest party within the group and goes over 100, the possibility of the Prime Minister being from the Congress are very high, and most likely it will be India's first Dalit Prime Minister, and that's Kharge. Don't scratch your heads, folks, it's about time, right? And then you have this, which I thought was kind of heart-rending, right? While the Prime Minister and every possible minister was out there campaigning for every state, these guys were stuck in a hole for 17 days. This is a tunnel. Now, what it says about the tunnel, I saw this this report says life at end of tunnel. India moves mountain to rescue 41 on day 14. Rockstar snatch Vijay from jaws of death. Aces of spades, the men who went where machines couldn't. But moves mountain. I am just worried. You shouldn't be drilling these mountains. It shows corruption. It shows poor technology. It shows poor engineering. That's what is the cause for this, right? That's what we really need to be worried. The environmental impact. We are seeing roads to Badrinath sinking, Kedarnath problem, and they still continue. Amazing, right? Army called in for tunnel operation, vertical drilling starts. Never worked, didn't work. Unsung diggers of city sewers become heroes of Silk Yara. But look at this, folks. Let's check the names. Sovik Pakira, Manik Talukdar, Sabah Ahmed, Sushil Kumar Ram. These are the people who are essentially inside. But who are the people who pulled them out? That tells you about this country. Wakil Hassan, Monu Kumar, Firoz Qureshi, Nasir Khan, Jatin, Devinder Kumar, Munna Qureshi, Irshad Ansari, Rashid Ansari, Naseem Malik, Ankur, Saurabh. Between Dalits and Muslims, they pulled all these guys out, folks. That's the country we talk about. And what's going to play out in the next election besides Kharge is this. Woman Navy Agniveer dies by suicide. Rajasthan, Haryana, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, this Agniveer is going to go totally against this government, right? And now this is the third person who's dead. One killed, shot in the head in an encounter. Second, in Siachen. Third, as suicide. What does it show? Complete mental unpreparedness. Everybody in the army who talks about it says that it takes years for assimilation, for training, for turning the mind into an army man. You can't do it in the number of years the Agniveer is talking about. In fact, by the time you do it, you're out. And that's why you have all this J&K encounter, one more soldier, 2 terrorists die. 2 captains we've lost. That was the other shameful part. When all this campaigning was happening, when these coffins were being bought in, the Prime Minister was in Bangalore. He didn't go visit. But then you had this unseen, gainly side where these ministers, UP ministers, are taking pictures with checks. And a mother is just wailing in despair. Leave me. And this is the other thing that's going to get us. High-level panel looking into US's security concerns says MEA. This is Pannu and Nijja going to play hell into our internal domestic politics too, right? And this is what's going to start playing out a lot. Though no numbers will match, but this is going to show up that India is shining. And remember, Vajpayee, India's Q2 GDP growth beats estimates at 7.6. And look at how Ecotime today. Surprise boost. Economy grows 7.6% in Q2, beating estimate. Get whose estimates are we beating? Whose numbers are being created? You got to watch this, because when you have this, shun destination weddings abroad, be vocal for local, Modi urges big family. Why would you have to do that unless you're having problems? And let me just tell you, everybody is getting income tax demands for as early as 2007, 2006, including me, my mother, my companies. No money, folks. And this is the reason. Why do Nepal, Bangladesh beat India in social indicators? Starts with caste and in per capita income. When I say about lying or where figures are fudged, it shows up in this. India-China trade data mismatch increases to 15 billion in Jan-October. Hey, mismatch, folks. Manipulation. What does China have to say about this? China doubts India's first lunar landing. And apparently this rover has gone silent. So nothing is out there about it, right? And what do we get? And what do you know for sure is going to be part of the 24 campaigns if all this goes as 5-0 as I am predicting? Back to temples, folks. Back to Mathura. Back to Kashi. Oh God, difficult times ahead. an incident. Who knows what's going to happen? But hey, I may be smoking a pipe, may have had too much to drink, but let's wait for you got it, the third, so am I, with abated breath. Cheers and Jai Hind.